No front door. 9,400 years ago, the honeycomb city, Çatalhöyük, where people travelled on the roof and went home using ladders. Çatalhöyük is a Neolithic site located in the Anatolian plateau of Turkey. And wow, the materials you sent are truly amazing. Let's delve into the key aspects of how people lived here. It's a place that poses very fundamental questions about the concepts of cities or societies that we usually think of. The location is the Konya Plain in present-day Turkey, specifically a mound called Höyük. The term Höyük comes from Turkish, meaning artificial mound. The era is the Neolithic period, starting around 7,400 BC, where people lived continuously for about 2,000 years. At its peak, the population is estimated to have been between 3,500 and 8,000, which would be considered a major city by Neolithic standards. The discovery was made in 1958 by a man named James Mellart. Since then, Professor Ian Hodder has been leading the follow-up research since 1993. However, this mound is about 20 meters high. It's not just a pile of ruins. They built new houses layer upon layer on top of the old ones. You could say it's a place where the memory of society is stored vertically. What's amazing is the architectural style. There were absolutely no streets or alleys. The houses were all clustered together like a beehive. It was truly a beehive city. Each individual house had walls, but there were no paths or public spaces like squares between the houses on the ground. So how did people move around? They couldn't fly in the sky, right? People moved across the roofs of the flat houses. The entrance to the house wasn't a door in the wall, but a hole in the roof. They placed a ladder there to go up and down. This hole also served as a ventilation opening. The roof was not just a passageway, but also a place for work and meeting people. In a way, it served as a town square. It was a major thoroughfare, a workspace, and a social gathering place. Think about it. To get to my house, I inevitably have to pass over my neighbour's roof. If I have a bad relationship with my neighbour, I can't get home. The building itself required and enforced a very strong social trust and cooperation system. It's a structure where community cohesion is prioritised over privacy, so to speak. In a way, this is like a social contract formed through architecture. The interior is also very unique. Basically, it was a rectangular house made of mud bricks, supported by wooden beams for the roof. However, the internal structure was quite standardised. There was a central room, a fireplace, a slightly elevated platform and storage space, among other things. And what's even more unusual is that they frequently applied white plaster to the walls and floors. In some places, up to 450 layers have been discovered. Why did they go to such lengths? There may have been issues of cleanliness, but I believe the ceremonial significance of regeneration or purification was stronger. And this white wall also served as a canvas for colourful murals. Scenes of hunting and geometric patterns were depicted on it.